Not with this. Not in this case.
Not in this case.
No.
So then that's a bad thing. See,
No.
like,
What's up, family? It's your girl Aggie here. Hold on, let me jump on and talk to the people real quick. Just because they should know by now. Because we know. What time is it? They said 4:30. Between 4:30 and 5 o'clock.
This time, because they're an hour behind us.
They're an hour behind. Yeah, they are an hour behind. Our time though, 4:30 our time. Yeah, I'm. I don't know. So what's up, fam? I'm in the office. We just heard that the verdict is in the Derek Chauvin trial. They are going to announce the verdict between 4:30 and 5:30 our time. It's now 4:08. So we in the office.
Viewers, when you're watching the courtroom, what you might do is look and see what are the court officers.
So we in the office. Oh shit!
To move.
Goddamn! Pick it up. Pick up.
Listen, I've already looked at her screen, so I know.
This is sad. God, I needed that water.
Of course, he's gonna send him straight to jail.
Oh, you think he gonna remand him right away?
Of course.
Yeah, he better.
Yeah, for him to be remanded.
Yeah, it would be. No, yeah, I'm still on the phone. So, what's y'all's prediction, people? This is a very fast verdict for a trial with that many witnesses. Typically, it's a good verdict for the prosecution. Yeah. Very fast deliberation. What's up, pork chop? What's up, Keish? True Fist. You want to speak to me? Shoot me an email, sis. Peace, Lord. K Fighter. Love me, Fro. I think it's guilty too. Guilty, and the judge gonna let him go. You think so? I think if it's guilty, the judge gonna remand his ass. So I got a lot going on. You see, we got the TV on. We got lawyer Mark Crawford here. We got our paralegal here. I'm on the phone with another attorney. Michelle's on the phone. Everybody's on buzz. Everybody is like, oh, super nervous. What's up, Ariane? What's up, Be the Change? Yeah, everybody's like, you can't, and I'll say the same thing, you can't predict, you can't read juries, it's like reading tea leaves, but this is particularly fast. I mean, I thought maybe they'd be back tomorrow, but this was fast. And so that tends to tell me they either already had their minds made up and they did a cursory review of the evidence, because there's no way you looked at all of this evidence, all of you, all 12 of you. And so maybe there was maybe one or two people who they needed to convince, and that didn't take very long. The question is, what's the counts? Is it everything? Is it only the third? Is it the second? Sheesh. So a paralegal's over here having a stomach meltdown. Where the remote? Turn this down, so. Wait, what happened? Wait, what you said? I said Thursday they had their minds made up. He should be found guilty of second-degree murder. Jury gonna find him a manslaughter. I could see them coming back with murder if it's this fast. Then if it's this fast. How long was OJ trial out for? How long was the jury out in OJ? Anybody remember? Let me ask the folks watching. Anybody remember? We got 42 people or so on here. How many people? Anybody remember how long the jury was out in the OJ trial? Huh? Yeah, I'm scared. Look, I'm scared. What you say? More than 10 hours? How long did you remember how long the jury deliberated in the OJ trial? Was it a while?
It was 1 day?
Yeah.
2 weeks. True Fist of the North Star said 2 weeks. Two weeks for an acquittal. Usually, the longer they stay out, well, I guess the longer they stay out,
Yeah, the better it is for us.
yeah, that's true too.
Yeah, the better it is for us. Because you know you at least have a holdout.
Right, you got at least one, and I'm just like, yeah, this is
That's all you need.
crazy, crazy. Less than 4 hours. Max Parthers. That's right.
My tour was on for
A day?
No,
On the medical.
no, man, it was at least 3 days or 3 or so days.
That's what I was trying. I was trying to move this thing and wound up knocking water all over everything.
Marjorie.
But
Oh, no, that's Ike's case.
I was doing what?
You're doing this.
Y'all going to hell. You're going to hell. You're going to hell. That's all right.
Listen to me, man. All I thought was like, Ike shit is tight, man. I said, Ike is going to do anything to win this damn case. Because I didn't know.
That's Attorney Mark Crawford. He think I be faking blind in court when I had my case. That's sad. That's sad. She'd do anything to win.
I'm like, what the
Being in the disability and everything.
First of all, we pull up in front of federal court, and I turned my back to her, and all I heard was, "Ooh!" I thought someone was like attacking me, right? I'm turning around at the ready. As I with her
With my blind cane.
Her blind cane. You know when it comes on, it goes.
That's right. I love the way it sounds. It's like clack, clack, clack.
Yes.
You breaking up.
You might have an accomplice.
Did they have any notes? I didn't hear anything about no notes.
I don't know. I didn't hear them come back
Bob
with
said
any
no
questions.
notes.
I never called them question, ask them question.
Need to change their way off. Wait, Google said 4 hours. 4 hours for OJ? Why did the OJ Simpson jury only deliberate for 4 hours? Oh my God. That changes everything. See, that's what I'm saying. You can't, it's no rhyme or reason. You can't. 4 hours? I would have thought he was getting.
But I think OJ's jury probably decided to let him go long before the case was over. They just wanted the case. They're like, give it to me.
They what? They weren't sequestered?
Listen, the jury's still out on OJ anyways.
The jury's still out on OJ. I can't believe they back this fast. I would be sick right now if I was on the other side of this case. I would be sick. Because it's tough enough, you know, as an attorney doing jury watch. When you sitting with your client and you waiting for that verdict to come back, oh man, you think you nervous. Your client is shitting bricks. Keish said she think they had a verdict yesterday. Wait until today. Why? Because it's 4:20. They're gonna go home and blow it down now. Dios, the prescription, not very long, Queen. They better come with something decent. Stacy over there having stomach problems. Say out to the people, Stacy. She over there talking about my stomach hurt. My stomach hurt. That's what me and Mark were saying. Yeah. Imagine what it's like for real, when it's for real.
No.
Over her. I'm over Lizzo. And she's taking the anti-body shaming a little too damn far. No, Lizzo. Sliding in white men. Look, sliding in the white men's DMs.
Did you see that?
I saw that. I can't unsee that.
What is that?
That's fat. I'm not, first of all, saying that you are fat is not a mean thing. It is a fact.
It is a fact. You're fat.
She's fat.
In fact, you're very fat.
In fact, she's obese.
Yeah.
She's obese. She's obese. I don't know that. I don't believe that.
It's like Dwight's. It's like
Huh?
It's like Dwight's fat doctor is telling Dwight he's obese. So I said, Dwight, how can you let your doctor tell you he's obese? His ass is fat too. It's like a fat personal trainer telling me that he's gonna. It's like a fat personal trainer telling me that he's gonna get me in shape.
Tell Crawford, Deezy and Courtney is watching. Who's Deezy and Courtney?
No idea.
He said he don't know who that is. What's up, Shaheem White? Humble Paradise. Huh? Do I know? Let me see. What? Let me see the name. Let me get closer, because that's far.
Why don't you put it closer so she can stop squinting?
Probably not. I probably don't. I don't know. Yeah.
So I guess I have to be nice, right?
OJ didn't do it.
He didn't do it.
He didn't do what? He didn't steal his property back?
How can you steal your own property back? That makes no sense to me.
He didn't do it.
They should have sued
He may not have done it, but he has something to do with it.
Well, that's a different thing. That's not what he's convicted
That's
of.
not, well,
I'm sorry. That's not what he was charged with. He was charged with doing it.
right. When you overcharge
They
shit,
didn't charge him with conspiracy.
or acting in concert.
So that's what they got to prove, that he did it.
That's right. That's when you over-indict.
I'm telling you.
I don't know. You on Facebook? And YouTube. Where you on? Instagram?
I'm on Instagram.
Oh, you can't live from your StreamYard on Instagram. Instagram is, they don't know.
If you're on Instagram, you know that.
You can't,
Actually,
listen, one day I was looking to tag him on something. I was like, where is your IG, kid?
He has one now.
I'm gonna need some posts up there or something.
we have to talk about that.
Yo, I really can't believe this jury is back right now. I'm stressed out right now. I don't get it. I don't understand right now. How y'all back already? How y'all back with a verdict? Love like this, love like the sun. What's up? What's up? How you doing? King of Bakersfield, how are you? If OJ did do it, they did meet the burden of proof. That's exactly what it's about. It's always about the burden of proof. It's never about whether or not the person actually did it or not. It's only about what you can prove. Ariane said, I got you, CNN, Court TV Live. It shouldn't have taken that long. Ray Charles can see he's guilty. Right, but it's a process, right? There's a process, and jurors are supposed to go through the evidence, right? And they've had, I don't know how many witnesses, how much evidence. Come on. I mean, I know that.
Okay, I know what that is. I thought you said Didi. It's Desi.
Desi.
I know Desi, yeah.
Oh, somebody text you like, don't be acting like you don't know me. Oh, okay.
It says Desi and Courtney. So
Yeah.
that's why I know it.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, this is palpable. This is what we call palpable energy. I'm gonna put some lipstick on.
This is too much. Oh my God.
That's another attorney?
Yes. Michelle on the phone.
Hello, everyone.
I have anxiety right now.
Right. They probably have to wait. I know what it is. They gotta wait to tell the police. Stacey, like, stop playing. Don't say that. I'm about to be big sister bully to Stacey right now. You know how you had the little sister, you know, she on the verge of crying. Huh? I bet. That's so not nice. Hey, Kenza, I'm here. We've seen countless cases where guilty verdict was returned fast. That's true. We're so used to being disappointed, we tend to lean towards the worst. Understand? I believe he's guilty. We about to see. Huh? What did you say, Michelle? I mean, 7 minutes. So typically when we're in court and there's a verdict, we have to wait until they bring court staff down to make sure, you know, that they have enough security in the well and all of this. And I'm imagining that the court is making sure that too, that they have a safe means of egress for the jurors. They need to be able to get out of the building after this verdict. They need to, you know, make sure the judge gets out the building, make sure Mr. Nelson gets out the building. I'm sure that they've got to make sure that their security is tight. There you go, Stacey. Hey. I see you.
Courtney Stacey's watching.
Courtney Stacey's watching. She's in the chat. Stacey's in the chat. Maybe they believe their eyes, Keisha. I hear you on that. Maybe they did. Maybe they did. It would be nice. Man up. This is what we do. We built for this.
You mean strong black woman?
No.
Sound like summation. That's what I used in the Marjorie trial. When we talked about that they don't treat black women for pain. And we said
Osman Burlington.
Strong black woman.
Thank you for joining us. So to the best of my recollection, I believe there were 9 white jurors and 4 jurors of color. I would say 2 identified as Black immigrants, I believe, and there were 2 mixed, I believe.
9 white jurors.
Yeah, that's what I said.
And how many others?
4?
Every lawyer in America is tuning in on.
It can't be hung, Nappy. If it was hung, we wouldn't be waiting for a verdict. So that's not. So that's the wrong. That's the thing.
Before it's hung, there'll be a few messages.
Brandon Jackson, miss your class, professor. Hey, Brandon. I miss you too. One of my best students. I just finished class too. We got this notice. What'd you say?
I said that's what she said about all the students.
That's not true. Okay.
Countless cases where guilty verdicts were returned we're just so used to being disappointed.
Yeah.
We tend to lean towards the worst. She's right. Absolutely.
Yeah. So Nappy, I just want to make sure that everybody understands that it's no way it could be hung, because the hung jury is not announced. They just continue deliberating until the judge declares a mistrial. Right, so it's either guilty or not guilty. There is no room for anything else, right? Thanks for joining us, Miss Absolute. Next, enough for the average person to vote homicide. Love like the sun. I hope you're right. I hope you're right. Hey, okay, wait. How am I on my own live? How is that possible? Huh? Yeah, it's like, who said hey sis on me? You see that in the chat? That's weird.
That's you. You have a red dress on. What's your profile picture?
That's my. Oh, that's Heather. Oh, oh yeah. Oh, she's the admin on that page. Thank you, Heather, because you just had me freaking out. Like I was really like. How is this happening? It's not an issue. You are admin on that page, so you probably are on that page, and now you're responding as me. Hey, Jazz, what's up, lady? How you doing? My almost birthday twin. Now, you should all know that we are supposed to be working, right? We have a motion that's due today. I already did my part, though. I'm just waiting for the edits. But in the meantime and in between time, this is important. You waiting for the verdict? We waiting for the verdict. 4 white women, 2 white men, 3 black men, 1 black woman, and 2 mixed race women. You're also waiting to hear what I'm going to say. Oh, I'm waiting to hear what I'm going to say, too. What's up, cuz? What's going on, cuzzo? Happy folk 2-0. You heard? I don't know what I'm going to be breaking down, Jazz, right now. This is, this wait and see approach. Right now my take is that they're probably just trying to make the surrounding area safe, which takes time. You have to keep in mind that the judge, the court staff, they don't know what the verdict is, and so they have to prepare that the verdict is not guilty. They have to prepare in that way for that eventuality, right? And so they have to make sure that there are enough police and staff in place just in case, it goes that way. So I'm sure that that's part of the delay. I'm also sure that they probably weren't ready for the jury to be back this quickly, and so they probably were taken off guard a little bit by that. Amira?
Yeah, we forgot to. I think we have to specifically address the insurance issue. What the money covered.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me talk to you.
Yeah, because I didn't know. Remember, you saw what I put on there when I was just like, I don't see it, and then I just finagled something.
Yeah, but
You working on this other lawyer stuff? Yeah, I'm working on some other lawyer stuff too. I'm actually working with another lawyer on some civil stuff that I teach civil law, but I don't practice civil law. Right? Those who don't do teach, but every now and then I actually get pulled in on something civil, which is kind of interesting because it makes me, thank you. It piques my intellectual curiosity. Challenges different parts of my brain that I haven't been using. What is it?
And it helps you with your teaching.
And it does help. And it helps with the teaching. I have some good stories.
The students should actually intern at a civil firm.
Come on.
Really hammered home in their closing statement was an officer who didn't seem to regard this individual who'd been detained as a human. He was dismissive. He just gave a verdict already. It's 4:30. He walks from the tire
Between 4:30 and 5. This is crazy.
4:30. The missed opportunity, I think, for the defense was that Derek Chauvin really never showed any emotion during this trial. He was nasty in most of it.
You know what else it could be, right? Could be a compromise verdict. Compromise verdicts where they really don't look at the evidence too tough. They really just agree between them. This shit is fucked up. Let's give them something. Give each side something. That's not uncommon. I wouldn't be surprised if it was a compromise. EBM DJ Full Moon, welcome to the live. Guilty, you going with guilty? I haven't seen anybody say they think it would be not guilty. But given that we recently learned, let me turn that down, that the OJ verdict came back in 4 hours. So that's the scene outside the courthouse, right?
This is the county government, so this is the courthouse where this is all been happening in the distance. You can see up where the military presence, several members of the National Guard here, very tight security. This entire area has been fenced off since before this trial started.
Deal the prescription. Wisdom Cipher Day. Peace, peace. It better be guilty. Shayna said it better be guilty. What if it's not? What I'm saying. What if it's not?
To view this trial to see what the verdict will be. So
All right, I have an answer to deal with that.
This part, the judge here is now numbering several hundred.
Let's add a couple things. We have a couple things.
Okay. So the affidavit?
Yeah. And the affidavit.
Yeah.
Okay, so what I want to add is that when the pipe burst, because they didn't fix the drainage issues, the flood damages was significantly more than it would have been had she had drainage. Now the insurance company only paid for damage to the basement. It didn't pay for damages upstairs.
Okay.
And she said she only got partial reimbursement for lost income.
So she have a figure?
What do you mean? She doesn't have a figure.
So what are we saying? She's
She don't have to give a figure. She only received partial payment. She didn't receive full compensation from the insurance company for loss of income.
My point is though, if you're
She got $100,000.
exactly, so we got numbers. She's got numbers. We're in 21. It should happen in 17, 18. She should know what she out by now.
What do you mean?
As far as wages,
As far as loss, period.
then
But what I'm saying, if they're saying you've been compensated $70,000, right? And you're saying that's not enough because my expenses were more than that.
No, but she submitted an insurance package. Which is typical. I say I have $100,000 in damages. Insurance says we're only giving you 60.
Right.
But you still have 100, so there's still $40,000.
So that's what I'm asking you. That's what I'm asking. What's her number?
I think we just had to say that she wasn't fully compensated. We haven't had deposition and discovery, so she's just going to say she didn't fully compensate. So
Without I think that we can say at least, or approximately, or in excess of, at least have some kind of threshold amount. We lawyering, goddamn. Courtney Ross is speaking on CNN. Did we miss it? I don't know. I thought y'all knew. Who's Courtney Ross, Keisha? So yeah, we want everybody to be safe. They had a shooting out here.
Didn't Trump win on every single case?
Yeah, I know that the problem is white people get to say what they want to say. What's up, counselor? What's going on, Drew? I'm here with your fellow rude boy counselor. Do you know Mark? You know Drew? Andrew March? Mark Crawford, Andrew March. Andrew moved down to Florida and left us here to fend for ourselves.
Oh, okay, that's why I don't remember.
But Andrew's a rude boy too. I think, right? Aren't you? I think so. You'll correct me if I'm wrong.
You want to be closer to the south.
Right. Check out this when you can. Abolish slavery. That was. Is that Kamal's program, Max? Is this the one where they're abolishing or aiming to abolish slavery in the state constitutions? Yeah, straight Jamaican. I know I'm not wrong. I know I'm right. We was just talking about trying to plan our little firm getaway to the Jamaicas. Did y'all see The People versus the Klan from Michael Donald Henyon? I don't think I saw that. I put that in my put that on my list. EBM, DJ Full Moon. Yes, Kamal. Yes. Oh, that's awesome. That's so crazy. I just met him. I met him in Clubhouse. That's what's up. It's a small world. I met him in Clubhouse. I friended him on Twitter, following him. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I tried to link him up to Urban Sirius, some people over there, so they can get some eyes on him. Definitely want to get out. I'm co-director of state operation. Been trying to reach you for some consultation. You got me. IkeSpeaks@gmail.com. Shoot me an email. Where my banners at? There we go. Banners and tickets. Banners and tickets.
I just want to see the claim, how much she asked for, how much they paid. I thought they said 4:30, it's now minutes to 5.
Why they out to courthouse grilling? Because they black. And Drew said guilty on 2 or 3 counts. Nah, B. Probably 1. DJ Full Moon been rocking with you since Sinetta TV. That's peace. Thank you. I'm loving that. Loving that. Yeah, I think I'll be happy with 1. I'll be happy with guilty on 1 count. Top count. I'm gonna manage my expectations a little better than that. I don't expect the top count. I don't expect that. I think it was a compromise.
After sitting through that 2 hours of that bullshit.
Just for, right? Just for GP. You know the worst part, right? Is that they probably gonna read that top count first. And if that shit is not guilty, then nobody might listen to the rest.
Nobody remembers that there are any other charges.
There's other counts. All counts. Stacy said all counts. I don't know. I don't see that. I don't see all counts. I don't see all counts.
Yeah,
now, here's the other thing. You think the judge will set aside the verdict if they come back guilty on everything?
No.
I don't think so.
No, this judge won't tell him to appeal.
He already told him in no uncertain terms. He already told him.
He's not the one.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm not the one.
Yeah.
Don't ask me for anything.
But if he set it aside, the prosecution can appeal that.
Yeah. But he's not going to do that. Look at him waiting on there.
Unbelievable.
What part of the package do you need to see?
I wanted to see what her request was. How much was she asking for, and how much they paid.
For the lost income?
Right, because for the lost income and the damages, did she ask for 100 and they only gave her 60? Then there's 40,000 left.
I think I'm double clicking too much.
And also double check that part where what you said something about the estimate for 40,000.
Yeah, that sounds low.
That sounds low. Yeah. Especially if she would ultimately paid out 70.
What's her number?
Can't say it out loud. We're live.
What happened? What you over there saying?
For the number. She's like, I can't say it out loud. We're live.
Oh yeah, we are live. No names. No name, no numbers. No names, no numbers. They putting up concrete barriers. See, that's how. I mean, that takes time. Now, there's going to be some conspiracy theorists somewhere that's going to say, "Well, they knew the verdict already. That's why they doing it." No, they don't know the verdict. They're not supposed to know the verdict. Home in the building. That's what's up. Peace to the God. Home in the building. Y'all haven't caught that podcast? Please, please, please. On all of the platforms, on Apple, it's on TuneIn, it's on iHeartRadio. the HOME podcast, House of Melanated Excellence. Check it out. Your girl Ike is on there. We had a spirited conversation. They got all in my business. From growing up in 40 projects to going to law school to talking to dead people to being a prosecutor to being disabled, dealing with my eye issues, all kinds of stuff. So thank you so much, fam. My family is enjoying that podcast. They are definitely they got some names for my brother these days. Just tell you that much right now. Peace L, we here. We made it. Al. We about to see if you right. We about to see. I know. I can't listen. I want to be. I'm not. Look. I needed a second laptop so I could do some work.
And I don't know what
It's all right. Look, it's okay. It's okay.
my nerves on edge. So these are the exhibits.
Security.
That's a big tab.
You ain't like my tab? Get your tab. I'm trying. It's
So you know with his blueprint.
few minutes.
What do they anticipate? What do they expect?
Yeah, Lester, we were out here yesterday when shortly after those closing arguments, hundreds of people filled the streets here in Minneapolis calling for justice for Derek Floyd. And we talked to people after.
I mean, it tells me how much they pay. It doesn't tell me what. For what?
They say
That's
they
my
want
problem.
to see a guilty verdict for Derek Chauvin.
Let's do some
They
info.
also want to see
Let me see the state farm paperwork.
The one I was just showing you?
Yeah.
I have the whole packet on
Did they do anything on the mold?
Was there anything, I'm sorry to cut you. Was there anything that was done on the mold? The mold remediation? Remember the
Since Schedule A.
yeah, she said she had to pay for that out of pocket. How much did that cost you? $6,000 and some dollars?
Come on.
Yeah, we have a receipt for that.
Which vendor?
Which vendor did it?
Because I have a lot of invoices.
No, this is not a caramel macchiato. This is how much did you pay for the mold?
And we have all of the correspondence,
And
right?
I'm harassing you. I know. I know. What
I
I
can
do.
always check in my emails. That's one of the texts.
I just think talking to you is more precise than going through the people.
Which one of the?
Because I have every confidence that you know.
This is some other invoices.
Do you have papers at home you want to take a look at?
Department of Health. What did I,
When you get home,
exhibit is the-
15 minutes?
What exhibit was the complaint? Or
Okay,
violation?
I'll give you 15 minutes.
The violation.
All right, because I'm watching the verdict anyway, so I'll give you the 15 minutes.
Epidemic Frank.
What did I give you? Because I have the Department of Health summons, and then I have the
All right, so 15 minutes.
decision and stuff.
All right. She's gonna get home in 15 minutes and she can tell us everything we need to know.
You want S?
I just want to see what I gave you. This is what I have.
So she said she paid
See
15.
if I'm missing. This might be clearer than me.
But this is not for mold. This is rodent.
Right. Because of all the
Yeah, no, but
fashion stuff she started having.
I got that, but I'm looking for this, did she? I want more. Only because it specifically says that they were supposed to remediate the mole in Schedule A and then do shit. So if I can slap them around about that.
The judge will ask them if they have a verdict. If that person will say we do, the judge has the examination verdict and hand it back to the judge. The judge will actually read the verdict.
What's the compression blower for?
What? What's the what?
In other words,
Maybe something to do with the refrigerator.
We'll go down the line with numbers. They will probably say, yeah, this is, and at that point, the judge has to make a decision if he's found guilty, if he's going to take Chauvin into custody because he is out on bail. Presumptive.
I gotta read like the invoices to see what was.
What date did they do that basement door?
And so there will be, well, Chauvin actually waived his right to have the jury make that decision about whether there are aggravating factors. He is allowing the judge to make that decision. But the judge has already said in a previous order that he will allow the lawyers to write memos on that issue to try to convince him what the appropriate sentence will be. So we will see a sentencing today. That would probably be in a couple of weeks or however.
Is that available?
Come on already. Oh my God.
Yes, I have the number. Yes, it pops up. Thank you.
And the other thing is, they're waiting, and more people are coming. That's not making the situation safer or better. Okay, Osman Burlington, let me just tell you why you're wrong. Okay, because we're at this stage, they have already concluded that they have a unanimous verdict. They do. That's why we're here. There is no juror holding out. Otherwise, they wouldn't be able to declare that they have a verdict, right? So that's not even a consideration, whether or not there's going to be an issue for a mistrial and whether or not he's going to have to be retrialed. We passed that. We way past that. Hey, Mikey, how are you? What's going on? Check out Mikey's podcast too. Ike was on that podcast too. Check it out. Check it out. Post the link to your podcast, Mikey. Vic, if you're still on, post a link to the home podcast if you can for the family here. If convicted, will DC be allowed to turn himself in? If he's convicted, more likely than not, he'll be remanded on the spot. All right, Al, that's my prediction. If he is convicted, his bail will be revoked and he will be remanded immediately. What we call forthwith. Mm-hmm. He might get guilty of second-degree murder. That's the one thing I think that he's going to walk on. But it'd be interesting to see. Listen, I want to see him go down on everything. But, you know, that's the emotional side of me talking. And you know that I have to be, can't be emotional in the assessments here. He better get guilty a second. Yeah, that's the one so we'll see. We'll see. I can't see the judge leaving him out. Let me see. What's the date on it though? Like, oh, 10.
And I don't have the dates on the top of my little postie.
6? What's that year though? So is that 6/28? What year is that? 17, 18, 18? 18? Oh, okay. Is this not in the packet?
These are receipts that I have for like water. I have the clothes of the garbage here. Well, this is
so can
piping and heating for commercial cleaning, first level basement.
Some stuff they are responsible for, right?
Like why would she be responsible if it's damage done from the pipes bursting. Because that's what a lot of her damage was from, is from the pipe bursting.
But which time? Which one? This January 19? This one on like civil law. I mean variables. Any of Chauvin's charges, death penalty worthy? No, no death penalty here. Not capital crime. I can't see the murder to Holden. Weldon Drayton, I can't see that either. But you know, if there ever was a time for me to be wrong, it would be now. It would be now. I don't know, y'all. I don't know. I don't know.
Whatever the rhetoric is, but protesting is the language of being oppressed, right? So
This will be the time. I'm okay with that. You know, you follow me, you know that I have said being right is overrated, right? Being right is overrated, and in fact, some people have said being right and an insistence, you know, those people that insist on being right, that is an act of violence. That's a whole act of violence. Your need and desire to be right is an act of violence. Get away from people like that. Get away from them quickly. Shamika Ghostly. Hey, Shamika, thank you for joining us. She said if they truly want civil unrest, this would be the time. You're right about that. You're right. This is like the energy of the O.J. Simpson case. I think it's times 1,000, G-Light. Times 1,000. I feel like when we went to court. Ariana, don't be telling people you was my client. I wasn't going to put you on blast. I'm trying to see what it's relative to, because that flood that they're talking about, the water infiltration event, that was January 19th. So was there a separate?
January 19th?
Right. So
2019.
No, January 2019. I know they spent like $6,000 for the cleanup, right? Yeah, this is that one. This is the 6,000. I think we have this one. I feel like this is in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I saw it. This what I'm trying to.
I saw it in reading some of my paperwork.
Okay, hold on.
And some of my, did you go through any of my responses to their various demands? Because if you did,
yeah, I did. I absolutely did. I absolutely.
I don't recall putting it as an exhibit.
Nowhere?
I know we did the complaint. We did the answer. We did the complaints.
What was the
Department
revenue
of Health.
report? What is revenue report? Oh, okay.
The ledger.
The ledger.
That's in there, right? The ledger.
H. Did I have an H? H was Renter Man. No, I changed that. I didn't want that in there.
You didn't put that.
Yeah, I took that out. I think we should do an H for. But these have to make sense. They have to be relative in time.
Doesn't that correspond with one of your dates?
What about? Let me see. You have a copy of their motion? I got it on my desk.
The night was happened, not 4:30.
I just got my break. I'm thinking about it.
He said it's overwhelming. Now, those comments have come under a fair amount of scrutiny today, and I can tell you that in these past minutes, we've been speaking to allies inside and outside of the White House who acknowledged that they weren't the most helpful comments at this moment. in part because it opens them up to some criticism, including from some Republicans who have said that they are concerned that that type of rhetoric could inflame a nation that is already on edge as they await this verdict.
Here's a summary of the laws.
You know what I mean?
Here's a summary of the
During
laws.
the briefing, including for myself, I asked her if it was ever appropriate for a president to weigh
We could make an
Here's a
argument
summary of
that they
the
were
laws.
unjustly enriched because she paid for a lot of things they were responsible for paying for.
Right.
Yeah, that's,
Yeah.
so we'll add that as a exhibit H.
Right, now one of the arguments that I'm making too is that had they fixed the drainage situation that she complained of, when the pipe burst, the flooding would not have been
So I need,
excessive.
that's the thing, when did she complain?
Complaint to who?
What he's talking about, the drain
The
before,
complaints and the emails and all that,
Right.
part of the things they have to fix.
so the pipe bursting, you talking about the January burst
Yeah,
or
so
January 19, or there was a different one before that?
The February 19th, there's only one pipe burst.
Right, January 19.
Right, but because if there was, like, for example, if my basement floods, I have a drainage in the back
Right.
that the water would seep into, that would, not let my thing damage all my equipment and stuff in the back.
Right.
So the argument would be that because they didn't fix the drainage,
Right.
it also contributed to the damages. And I think based on what she's telling me, she's saying that the insurance company only paid for the loss of income. They never paid her for any damage and the food, loss of food.
Perishable stuff?
Right, but they never paid for that, for the damages to the damage to the equipment.
They never reimbursed her for the cleanup either?
Well, I'm looking at this somewhere on the loss now to see.
So here's emails regarding the, emails regarding rent demand and garbage. Did you need that?
Loss of income, loss of income, loss of income.
The real muse. Oh, you better stop it. Eee. Okay, fighter, you ain't never lied about that. And that had me wondering why the prosecution even called her ass. Why are you calling her? Why even call her? Why did the judge refuse to give the transcripts if requested by the jury? Don't know that he did. I didn't see that. Grand jurist was my transcripts of what? Of the testimony? I'm not sure what that. So put another comment in there because I'm not sure what you mean. Transcripts of what? Because they can get readbacks. They typically don't give them the transcripts. I am so tickled by that. The real muse one. That's too funny. A police officer, inmates held in a special place in jail, has Chauvin guy's ass kicked in lockup. Was he protected by his boys? More likely than not, he's going to be in some type of protective custody. Yeah, I mean, for a while. I've had people who were supposed to be in PC say they don't want to be in PC because sometimes that makes them even more of a target. That's why I'm just saying, but more likely than not, it will be in. That's all good, Muse. I'm there. I'm with you on that. He didn't give okay, so they typically don't do that. Yeah. So what happens is there is a issue in terms of what is the recollection of the testimony. The court would read back the testimony, but trying to provide them with a transcript of the whole trial would probably be more difficult than and more difficult to manage, right, than just providing them with the exhibits, which is why they're allowed to take notes, right? What would be the point of you having notes if you were just going to refer to a transcript? So. Shamika Ghostly. I'm in New York, sis. Do you think the judge will be lenient on the sentencing? I do not. And I think that the judge has some guidelines with respect to at least the third degree, which is the least of the serious charges. The third degree murder carries, I believe it's up to 15 years. But the recommended sentence is around 12 and a half. If you recall, that is the same charge that Muhammad Noor was convicted of in the same state, in Wisconsin, same exact charge, third degree murder, and he was sentenced to 12 and a half years. So, you know, for our jurisprudence and to be fair, he should either get the same sentence or more. Now, there is going to be additional proceedings after this if he is convicted, because the prosecution will be seeking to enhance his sentence, and there are some aggravating factors which they would have to demonstrate or prove, which is things like the crime happened in front of a child, right? Which is why they put the kids on the stand in the first place, to satisfy their element. Should they get a conviction, they can ask for an enhanced sentence. So that's one of the factors. There are a few others, but just to give you an example of what might happen after this conviction. I'm thinking about the LA case where two black cops got 40 years for shooting into perp's car after the perp hit them with his car. White child was killed. I don't even need to say more than that. Right, Jin, thank you for the comment. Appreciate it. You know, it's not a secret that this country, in the history of this country, tends to not value the lives of Black children as they do white children, right? And we've seen that borne out from all the way from, you know, how women are treated in the healthcare field, Black women, in the maternity death rates, and things of that nature. You saw that in A Time to Kill, right? Remember the movie? Matthew McConaughey. Remember at the end, he told a story about the little girl, right? And then he said to the jury, the last line was, "Now imagine she was white," right? And then it's palpable. Again, that word, palpable. So yeah, no mistrial possible. We already got a verdict. We are past mistrial. Judges on now. Why are you not showing MSNBC? What is the problem? Let me put on Court TV. I gotta go on the Court TV because y'all keep faking judges. What happened inside this courtroom? What happened in the courtroom? Nothing yet. Judge Cahill's in the courtroom. Elle says CNN. This is CNN. I don't know what I am. Let me see. Go to CNN. Okay, here we go. Mark! Hold on. Turn it up.
Understanding is the jury now is letting. They will not see the jury, but
that's how you be in real life.
The jury, I understand you have a verdict.
He don't look happy.
I look sick.
No, I just put him on his bench.
Glad they got a verdict that fast.
Members of the jury, I will not read the verdicts as they will appear in the permanent record of the 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota, County of Hennepin, District Court, 4th Judicial District. State of Minnesota Plaintiff versus Derek Michael Chauvin, Defendant. Verdict, count 1. Court file number 27, CR 20-12646. We, the jury, in the above entitled manner as to count 1, unintentional second-degree murder while committing a felony, find the defendant guilty. This verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021 at 1:44 p.m.
Look, he looks shocked.
No, he
Juror 4%, juror number 19. Same caption, verdict count 2. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 2, third-degree murder, perpetrating an eminently dangerous act, find the defendant guilty. Verdict agreed to this 20th day of April 2021, 1:45 p.m.
Sweet.
Signed by jury foreperson, juror number 19.
You know, finally show some emotion.
Same caption, verdict count 3. We, the jury, in the above entitled matter as to count 3, second-degree manslaughter, culpable negligence, creating an unreasonable risk, find the defendant guilty.
Come on now. Sweet. Sweet. Multiple. Hold them. How that knee feel on your neck now?
Yes.
Guilty's everything, yo.
Told them multiple.
Yo, somebody has a strong arm in that fucking jury room. Believe that. Now we gotta wait for the interviews. Somebody had the strong hand in there. That's crazy. They trying to pacify us. 40 years. 40 years. That's my prediction. 40 years. That's my prediction. 40 years. Oh, yeah, he waived the jury. So the Blakely waiver, they went over that earlier. The judge will be deciding the aggravating factors instead of the jury, which, why you didn't go bench from the beginning, I don't know.
Might actually show some damn emotion, girl.
No, I'm waiting for the remand. Wait for the remand. I need the remand.
I want to put his neck on his foot on his neck.
I see his foot on his neck. You don't see it? I see it. Oh, he choking. All counts. Ouch.
When his attorney dressed alike.
Right. That's for the ID shit. You see the person that.
One week after that, or PSI immediately returnable in 4 weeks. And we will also have a briefing on after you get the PSI.
How come the cops are not behind him?
Right.
You see, if he was black, they would have been like hovering.
We'll get you the exact dates.
Prosecution have an application? Thank you.
Yeah.
Remand this motherfucker. Yeah, that's too much. Remand! Your ass in jail. That's where it counts. You ain't going home. Wear these iron bracelets, boy.
Yeah.
40 years. 40 years.
Yeah, 40 years.
40 years.
Of a mule.
Let's go. Right. 40 years. So y'all heard that. What's the next stage is it's going to be the aggravating factor stage. So the judge is going to take into consideration these factors and make a determination as to sentencing and over the next couple of weeks. But I will tell you that I personally am very relieved that this verdict came down on the side of justice, and that for the first time in a long time in America, we have seen the system acknowledge our value just a little bit, and if only just for a moment. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that. I'll take that, because I'm getting a little emotional just thinking about it, you know? I'll take that for his family, you know, for the George Floyd, for the Floyd family, and all this time wondering whether or not they would get justice for their family member, for them to finally reach this precipice. It must be amazing for them. It must be amazing. So, all right, we got to get back to work. Thank y'all for hanging out with me during this verdict watch. We will continue watching on the aggravating factors to see exactly what the ultimate sentence will be. And, man, go celebrate 420, yo. Blow it down, goddamn. Yeah. All right, sugar, Ike, I love you. I really do. Thank you for joining me. We got to get back to work, though.
Yes,
we got work to do. All right. Peace.
Peace out.